Hi everyone, Letty here, Party Planner Papery. I have my last paper stash smash video of the year. It's an Echo Park Mega Pad. Let me show you what I made. Welcome back everyone. So I have another smash for the hashtag paper stash smash. I got one more in before the end of the month and the year. By the way, Happy New Year to everybody. We are at the very end of December right now. We're about to enter 2026. Super excited about that. So the pad that I smashed was this one. It's by Echo Park. It's Baking Spirits Bright, and it is 48 sheets. This one is a mega pad, so it's basically two small pads put together. They're not exactly the same as the small pads, but I do find that these are just as fun to smash as the large ones, and they have a ton of different types of paper and things in these megas. So I also did pull out a sticker sheet that coordinated with this pad. I had hauled this recently from an Echo Park warehouse sale, and they had some stickers on sale. I want to say I paid a little over $1 for this sheet, which I have used up. And I had also picked up this little mega pad as well. Also part of the warehouse sales from Echo Park, which they do all the time. So if you haven't already checked it out, feel free. It's just at echopark.com. I'll leave the website down below. Now, as far as the smash, I did not get to use up all of the paper like I normally try to do. I did have some scraps, and it's actually quite a bit of scraps, way more than what I normally have. And part of that was because I had already run out of some of the bigger cut-aparts, and the cut-aparts that I did have left were either kind of smaller in size, or they were like journaling spots. And so I thought, well, I'm just not going to even stress about it. I'm going to just put it back in my stash. I do have the 12 by 12 collection kit of this same collection that's in my stash. So I'm going to put this with that, and I'm just not going to sweat it. I also just frankly ran out of time. So it was a mixture of just not having enough, motivation to kind of try to figure out something to do, try to do something with these leftover scraps, but also just completely running out of time before the holidays and then even after the holidays. But I still did make quite a bit of projects. So, and I was able to squeeze in one YouTube member video where we actually did a little project, and they got to see a little bit of the behind the scenes from this smash. We did one of the bookmarks together. So if you are a YouTube member and you have not checked that out, be sure to check that one out. I'll link the video at the very end of this one. So let's go ahead and look to see what I made using this Baking Spirits Bright 6x6 Mega Pad by Echo Park. So you can see here, I have my little container. I've got some bookmarks. So I was able to make some bow bookmarks. These are some where I add a little die cut bow at the very top. And I do use my silhouette machine to cut these bows. I just pulled a file, I think from Canva, and then I cut them out, and then I glue them to the actual bookmark itself. I'm using holographic cardstock. This is the one from Michaels. It's the Recollections brand. It's one of my favorites now that I can't get it from Joann's. Joann's used to be my favorite one. But this is the Recollections brand, and I buy it in bulk, which is why almost every project has holographic cardstock. I buy it in bulk from their website. So I did layer the bookmark on top of a holographic cardstock mat, and then I went ahead and added the bow, and then to make it super sturdy, I went ahead and laminated it. And so when I pass it through my laminator, I usually will go twice. I'll laminate it one time on the sheet, and then I will cut around, fussy cut around, leaving about a 1/8 border all the way around, including up here at the top, and especially at the top. And then I will go ahead and pass it through the laminator one more time. So that's just one of the things that I do. I feel that it gets a much better stick and firmness on the lamination. It holds a little bit better, and really helps to seal in all the edges if I do laminate it twice. So these were super fun. Let me kind of move this out of the way, but this was super fun. And again, the back is going to be a craft color because it's just the back of the actual cardstock itself. But I think these turned out super cute. I am loving these bookmarks. And the beauty of this is that you can basically do any side that you want. This is double-sided paper. So you can choose which side you want to make, and then use that as your focus for the bookmarks themselves. You don't have to laminate. I just find that it definitely protects the bow up at the top, and it makes it much more sturdy if you do laminate. But that was one of my projects. And again, I had a little tutorial, or it was really just a quick little craft with me for my YouTube members on that specific project. Now, the other thing that I did, and I think I did like 13 or 15 bookmarks, something like that. The other thing that I did was I made cards. So I made a couple different sets of cards. I want to say I made 33 cards total, something like that. And most of them were using the sheet load of cards for December 2025, using that as the inspiration. As far as my sentiments and my images, I pulled a ton of these from some digitals that I had released as part of my digital advent calendar over in Ko-fi shop. It's a $5 a month membership, and as a little treat from my members this month, I did one advent calendar that had 2 different types of calendar in it. For 12 days they got crafty digital printables every single day, and then also they got budget related, like savings related printables every single day. So you got 2 for 1. And that's still available. You can go pick that up in my Ko-fi shop. I'll have that link down below. But I was able to make a ton of these, and again, I used a lot of those same digitals that I had released in my advent calendar. Now, as far as these, I did go ahead and pop up the little image on some foam dimensional tape. I don't know if you'll be able to see it. I added some sequins on there, and those are also some holographic sequins. I thought that would work well with the holographic cardstock that I put on here. I did tear the actual little pieces right here that are split. Instead of cutting them, I went ahead and tore them just to give it a little bit of extra dimension and make it look just a tiny bit different. And then I did put the sentiment here on some holographic cardstock scraps as well. I did not add any scraps to the inside. I definitely could have, because I still had quite a bit of scraps, but again, I just kind of ran out of time, and I didn't want to have to mess with all the little fiddly little pieces. And so I figured, you know what, we're gonna just put them in our stash. We will keep moving forward, and we will worry about it and in the future when I pull that collection back out. But I was able to make several of that specific design, so you can see there. Actually, here's a different one. So here is one with some little trees. This collection was super cute. It did have a combination of more traditional kind of Christmassy, images, kind of like these with the trees, although these are actually gingerbread cookies. But then it also had some more, actual baking and gingerbread, more, classic, items as well. Now, as far as that was the first batch. For the second batch of cards, what I did was I added one of those bows, and then I did add one little sequence up here at the top, sort of just to be the little bow center. I added a sentiment from Not Too Shabby. That was one of the stamp sets that I had purchased, or I had picked up a couple of years ago, probably when I was part of the design team. And it's just one of my absolute favorites. If I can find the name of it, I'll put it down in the description box below. I don't know if it's still available. If it is, I'll try to find it on Not Too Shabby's website, and I'll link that down below. But overall, it's just one of my absolute favorites. And so I had made these, and I kind of feel like this little, with the bow on it, it kind of makes it look like a little present. At least that's kind of what I was seeing when I was kind of finishing them off. So I've got 3 of this pattern, and these are all the same. And then I also had one of these. Super cute. I think these are super fun. And a lot of these backgrounds were the solids that come in the mega pad. So if you're not familiar with the megas, they normally do have several sheets of just solid cardstock that coordinates with your collection, which is fantastic. And so I really like that point. But I went ahead and brought that in and was able to use that for a lot of these backgrounds. Now, the next set of cards that I did was I did some more of the sheet load card. But instead of having an image or a sentiment, I went ahead and I used clusters of stickers. So here is what these look like. And I had such a fun time. That's how I was able to use up the entire sticker sheet, the 12 by 12 sticker sheet, was because I actually did little clusters and things of stickers right here on the fronts of these cards. Now, the last little set that I did was all with cut aparts. And so in that paper pad, there were 2 different main sizes of cut aparts. I think there was a smaller one too. Yeah, you can see this one right here. And that's like a 1.5 by 3 maybe. But the 2 main sizes that I used were 3 by 4 And I also used some 3x3s. And so all I did was I matted it on some of that holographic cardstock. I added a little section of scrap down here at the bottom, and I think it was the section that I had cut off right here from the top. So there's probably a little hole right here from the hang tag that's covered up. And then I also added some stickers. And again, I didn't really add anything to the insides of these cards. I left them pretty blank. There were a couple of cards that I did add 1 or 2 little stickers, and it was just so I could finish off the actual sticker sheet. I wanted to finish using them. But I think these turned out super fun. I was able to make some really quick and easy cards. And again, I had made these right before Christmas. And so I think they turned out super cute. I didn't get to fully use them this Christmas holiday, but that is not a problem. I will save them, put them back in the stash, and we will save them or donate them or, you know, find something to do with them. But I think I was able to quite a bit, considering I still have quite a bit of scraps as well. So, and again, I think I had like 33 cards and either 13 or 15 bookmarks. But I have a ton of scraps left, way more than I normally have. But we will just go ahead and call this one a smash. We'll call it done. I feel like I got quite a bit from it regardless. And again, this was the Baking Spirits Bright Collection by Echo Park. It was a mega pad, 48 sheets. We're going to consider this one smash because it's not going back in the stash. The scraps will, but not the actual pad. So I thank you so much. I hope you have enjoyed the Paper Stash Smash collab all year long. This is, I think, my last video for this year, but stay tuned because on the 1st, we have an expanded team. We've got a new team member, Sharon. And then also we're going to be talking about all of our plans for 2026 coming up on the 1st. That's when we release our videos for Paper Stash Smash collab. And it will be on the 1st at 12 p.m. Eastern or 11 a.m. Central Standard Time. So I can't wait for you to check that out. Make sure you do jump in and play along with us all year long using the same hashtag. It's hashtag Paper Stash Smash if you would like to smash your stash along with us. Thank you so much, everybody. Happy New Year. And as always, happy crafting. Thanks so much for visiting, everyone. And a big thank you to everybody who's watched these Paper Stash Smash videos all year long. Happy crafting.